Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna, everyone. So I was told to speak on purity is the force for, do you know how many hours? 2 hours? 3 hours? That's a joke, right? No. It's only going to be 30 minutes. So I'm going to read from the Nectar of Instruction by Rupa Goswami. It's also called Upadeshamrita, the very first verse, which gives us the formula how to become pure. So it says, Vacho Vekam Manasaha Krodha Vekam Jibha Vekam Kudarupastha Vekam Eta Veganyo Vishahita Dhiraha Sarvam Abhimam Prithvim Sa Shishyat. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. Does anyone remember how many points were there? Urge to speak. Who likes to speak? Wrong question. Who doesn't like to speak? No hands will go up. We all like to speak. So, the very first word he uses, Prabhupada, is a sober person. Sober means someone who is actually pure, whose senses are under control, whose mind is also under control. So, Vacho Vekam. Vacha means speech. So Rupa Goswami is saying that first thing we need to do is control our speech. And in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 17, Krishna advises Arjuna on the austerity of speech. And he says the first thing is that one has to be honest and speak the truth in such a way that we do not agitate the mind of others. I wonder if we think about this when we speak, especially when we are angry. Respect goes out of the window completely, right? So he's saying, Krishna is saying, first of all, we have to be honest, but we have to, speak in such a way that is very pleasing to hear. And not only that, not agitate the mind of others. That's austerity of speech. The second austerity is to chant the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So that is how we control our speech. Then he says, the mind's demands. Do you know how many demands the mind has in a day? Laugh, right? If you like laughing, because it's unlimited. The moment a desire comes, before that desire we think about it, another desire is already knocking on the mind. So he says we have to control the mind's demands. The mind, just like a child, the child will demand anything, right? You take the child to Target. Guess what happens? Your hand is pulled. Mom, get me this. God, get me that. I want this toy. Yes or no? Yes? You don't do that? Good boy. That demand is there. The mind is running and saying, I want this, I want that. And it's going all over the place. So mind's demands. And actions of anger. Anyone here who does not get angry? No hands will go up. And Krishna tells us in chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, why do we get angry? He says that when the senses, that means our eyes, our ears, nose, everything, our senses when they come in contact with sense objects, which is a new iPhone coming out next month. Is there one coming out? No idea. Good, no idea. Right? So when the senses will see something which is very attractive, immediately there is going to be an attachment, which means we want that thing. Whether we can afford it or not is another issue that we're not thinking about right now. The senses, when they see the sense object, Krishna says there is attachment, and when there is attachment, then the mind wants that thing, and when we do not get it, Krishna says one gets angry. Then there is anger. Did you know, scientifically it's proved that when one gets angry, there's a chemical reaction in the body. Any doctors here? Scientists here? This is what I've read. There is a chemical reaction. And that is why our mind stops working. And then we say whatever comes in our mind. Have you experienced that? Come on, be honest. Right? Sure. The words just keep coming out. No thinking, only speaking. And then, how many of you have, while working at your job, you're upset, you're really angry, and you type an email? Have you done that? Yes. And then in that anger you hit enter, and then what happens? What a big boo-boo. What did I do? You cannot retrieve it back, it's gone. So in anger, the words that come out, they are gone. You cannot take them back. So here Rupa Goswami is saying a sober person even controls anger. And the easiest way Srila Prabhupada has taught us is that if you want to control anger, eat one rasgulla. No? No, he didn't say that. What did he say? Huh? Eat two rasgullas. That is a good idea. Maybe we should try that next time. Right? Ghanshyam Prabhu can give us rasgullas. I let the secret out. Oh. No, this is not how we control anger. To control anger, Srila Prabhupada explains, we should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is how we will be able to control our senses, our mind, our tongue, our anger, and everything. Then Rupa Goswami says, the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals. It starts with the tongue. What does the tongue do? Eat and vibrate, to speak, right? Eating and speaking. And we are very expert in doing both. Right? Especially when there's a big prasadam plate, we go into meditation. Right? What is a meditation? What does that one have which I don't have? What does that person has in the plate which I don't have? Right? That's meditation. I wish we had that meditation when we are chanting, that we are thinking about only Radha and Krishna, only trying to hear the sound vibration. So tongue, Srila Prabhupada says, has two purposes. One is to speak and another is to eat. So best is to perform the austerity of speech where we are honest, speak very pleasingly, and also not agitate the mind of others, and chant. And the other is eat only Krishna prasadam. Why? Because the prasadam has the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada says that when we eat prasadam, that is food offered to the Supreme Lord, it purifies not only the mind, the body, the senses, but also, he says, finer brain tissues. Did we ever think about that? Finer brain tissues. And we need that purification Otherwise, we won't understand the scriptures. So it goes hand in hand. Chanting, reading, hearing, it all goes hand in hand. So when we perform this austerity of controlling the tongue, then automatically belly and genitals will be under control. And Rupa Goswami says, such a sober person who can control everything, the urge to speak, mind's demands, actions of anger, urges of tongue, belly and genitals, is qualified to make disciples all over the world. That means that person becomes a Goswami. Go means senses, Swami means controller of the senses. Becomes a guru. So the whole thing is purity. It's very important to purify ourselves. Excuse me. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that if you want to control your senses and purify yourself, you need to practice detachment. Now, if a person gets attached to something, then automatically there's going to be detachment. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives a nice analogy. He gives an example that there was a man and he was embracing a pillar. And he was, because I guess he loved the pillar, I don't know. Did I tell you one time there was news that a lady had married Eiffel Tower? Did I tell you? Oh yeah, I have a picture. I have a picture of her embracing Eiffel Tower. And then she married a fence which was red in color. She fell in love with red fence and she got married to the fence. So here this man was embracing the pillar and he was very hungry. So there was a person passing by and this man was saying, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm so hungry. So he said, okay, here I have some popcorn. You can have some popcorn. But he didn't want to let go of the pillar. So how was he going to eat? Right? He was so attached to the pillar. So Krishna is saying that if we are attached to something and if we want to get detached, then we have to get attached to something superior. So if we get attached to chanting the holy names of the Lord, then there is going to be detachment. So everything goes hand in hand. Chanting, reading Srila Prabhupada's books, hearing Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with devotees, and how can we forget Prasadam? Eat Prasadam also. All these will help us to purify ourselves, but for that we need training and guidance. Just like Srila Prabhu announced that, we have Bhakti Vrikshas going on in different places. So, my humble request is that you please join. What do we do in Bhakti Vriksha? We chant, we read, we kirtan, yes, we do kirtan, and then we explain the scriptures, we associate with each other, we get to know each other, and also eat prasadam. And it's a joyful process. So, is there anyone here who does not go to any class, any Bhakti Vriksha class? Please raise your hand. Yes? Only 1, 2, 3, 4. Gradually hands are going up. 6, 7. So if you are interested in cultivating spiritual knowledge, associating with devotees that can help us in purifying our senses, please come and see me. You can come and see Sachipran Prabhu here. He also has a Bhakti Vriksha. So the list is there on the website. If you go to Atlanta Hare Krishna's, is that right? Atlanta Hare Krishna's website, you will see there is an option called Connect. And then there is a list of many Bhakti Vrikshas that are happening, throughout Atlanta. So just call them and join. And especially for children, very, very important. Because in the Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj says, one should start the spiritual path from the age of 5. 5 years old, we must start hearing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And so there are even classes for kids. Did anyone know here there are classes for kids? No? Yes, there are classes for kids. If you go to the website and connect, you will see gitawise.org. So many, I think 200 kids. How many kids are there? I don't know. One of you are our teachers, I think one of you. Maybe 200 kids are already enrolled. And this has been going on for years. This is how our children get trained right from young age. And there are classes for parents also, so that they can also set a good example for their children. Otherwise, what is going to happen? The children will get influenced by the culture over here. Do you all agree? If there is no spiritual knowledge, how are the children going to understand who they are, that they are not this body, they are the spirit soul, what is the goal of human life, why are we suffering, what are we doing here in Atlanta, how come we are not in Hawaii, on the beach, enjoying the sun and the sand? Well, if you go to Hawaii, it will tell you at the airport, go to New York if you want to be happy. You go to New York, they'll say, go to Hawaii, you will be happy. That means there is no happiness until and unless we purify ourselves. So for that, we need training and guidance. So these Bhakti Vrikshas are there to help us progress spiritually and purify ourselves. Now how do we control the mind? Speech, as I explained, eat only Krishna Prasad and chant. How do we control anger? Chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How do we control the mind? Chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Arjuna tells Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, mind very difficult to control, it's very fickle. What to do? What did Krishna say? Chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Be prepared, we chant 108 times. It will help us to purify, right? Now, how to control anger? There is one very simple way. Of course, besides chanting, the simple way is do not have any expectations. Right? Do not. How many expectations we have? I want my child to come first in the class. I want my child to get 100%. I want promotion. I want increase in pay. I want my wife not to fight with me. It's never ending. Of course, husbands also fight. It's not just wife. Then give the laugh because husbands do. Right? All these expectations, when they are not met, we get angry. So why have expectations, right? We do our duty. Krishna tells Arjuna in chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita that you do your duty, but do not look for the results. Do not want to enjoy the results of your actions. So we do our prescribed duty very nicely, and then leave the result. So if there are no expectations, there will be no disappointment. That was the word I was looking for. There will be no disappointment. And if there will be no disappointment, there will be no anger. So this is how we can control anger also. Now talking about purifying, we definitely want to have some personal cleanliness. I'm not talking about shower in the morning or bathing in the tub. No, I'm not talking about external. I'm talking about internal cleanliness is very, very important. And to be able to become clean internally, Srila Prabhupada says, we must give up our bad habits. Now one may say, I got no bad habits. I'm perfect. I'm the best. But if we sit down to contemplate, meditate, we will realize that we do have some bad habits. Can you give me examples of bad habits? Huh? Finding faults in others, yes, that's a very bad habit. Judging others, yes. We don't want to be judged, but we like to judge. Like as if we are the judge in the Supreme Court. Anything else? Any other bad habits? Social media. Overuse of social media. Getting influenced by social media. Yes. Did you know that we normally smile only in front of camera? Right? Smile, cheese, some say paneer, I don't know, whatever. We smile only in front of the camera. Why? Because we want our pictures to be, to show, be so happy. Look at me, you can see all my 40 teeth. How many teeth do we have?
20.
20? Oh, we are old already. We have 32, right?
Disrespect.
Huh?
Disrespect.
Yes, disrespecting, that is also a bad habit. But Prabhupada stresses on 4 bad habits that we need to give up if we have them. One is meat eating, fish, eggs, onion, garlic. The second bad habit is intoxication, tea and coffee. The third is illicit sex, and the fourth is gambling. If we give up these 4 bad habits, then Prabhupada says, our spiritual pillars will be very strong. When we build a home, we need pillars, right? Otherwise, it's not going to stay. It's going to tumble down. So those 4 spiritual pillars are mercy, honesty, cleanliness, and austerity. So if a person has a bad habit of meat eating, they cannot be merciful. Do you agree? Because killing animals. So Prabhupada says that these 4 pillars are very essential in purifying ourselves. So if we can somehow or the other think about the bad habits that we may have and try to remove them from our lives, then we will become spiritually fit. How many of you go to the gym? You don't need to answer that. Why do people go to the gym? To be fit. Physically, right? But what about being fit spiritually? Right? Just making the body fit is not going to be really helpful at the time of death. Yes, we may live 100 years because we are being gymming. Is it called gymming? Or it's called going to the gym? Gymming is the same, right? No? Oh, sorry. Going to the gym is going to maybe, help us stay healthy, which is also required, but we need to be spiritually fit also. And the best way is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now it's important to understand what is the intention to chant. Have you ever thought about it? What is my intention to chant? Am I wanting to chant because I want to please the Supreme Lord, because I want to purify myself, or am I chanting for name and fame? Did you ever think about that? Intention is very, very important. So if we can make ourselves, focused on pleasing the Supreme Lord Krishna, then we will be able to purify ourselves. Prabhupada says purity is the force. Purity is essential if we want to progress spiritually. There is no other way. Just like when we want to travel to another country that requires a visa, what do? We take on the knowledge. What are the requirements? We get the form. We see what all they require. We fill out the form. We submit the documents. Right? Yes? Or you just say, hey, I'm Geeta Devi Dasi, let me in. No. Where is the visa? Right? So the visa to go back to Krishna Loka, one has to be qualified. And the first qualification is purity. Purity is the force. Purity can help us to convince the Lord to allow us to enter into the spiritual world. Which means we have to discipline our mind, our senses, our body, everything, the whole works we need to do. Just like when people go to the gym, they do the whole works, right? Upper body, lower body, I don't know what else, but I'm just guessing, right? Huh?
Yes.
Bicep curls, that's bicep curls, right? Lifting weights, whatever. They do the whole work. Why? Because they want to make the whole body fit. Similarly, we want to make sure we make our mind, senses, body, everything pure, even our heart. Because once we purify ourselves, it will give us relief from all kinds of miseries. Is there anyone here who has no misery? I'm sorry, we all have miseries, right? Here is a formula. If you want to get rid of miseries, what are the miseries Prabhupada says? There are 7 kinds of miseries. Birth, disease, old age, death. Miseries caused by body and mind, miseries caused by other living entities, and miseries caused by material nature. 7 kinds of miseries. We all go through. But here it says, I was reading the purport to this verse that I read today, and Srila Prabhupada explains that if somehow or the other we get good association, if we associate with pure devotees, automatically we will start purifying ourselves. So, for instance, if a person starts associating with someone who drinks a lot, what will happen? Person will start drinking one day. It's influence. So if we associate with pure devotees, they will help us to become pure. And once we become pure, we will get visa to go back to the spiritual world. It doesn't depend on any of our material accomplishments. None at all. There was a person in San Diego temple. We have a temple in San Diego. He was a very experienced salesman. And he used to go to the temple, he would listen to the classes, he would chant. And then one day he decided to go on book distribution with other devotees from the temple, those who were residing in the temple. So when they went for book distribution, he could not distribute even one book. A salesman with a lot of experience, not a single book. Whereas the devotees, they distributed many books, and he felt embarrassed. Because he was, when you do something good, you put your collar up and say, I am so good, I know this. And he had boasted about his sales experience. And he thought he will distribute books left, right and center. Not a single book. So he was very disappointed. And when they came back to the temple, he asked the devotees, what happened? Y'all don't have any salesman experience. So the devotee asked him, did you chant today? He said, no. Did you read Prabhupada books? He said, no. Then how can you distribute? So what was the difference between the two? One had material qualification, whereas the other devotees, they had spiritual qualifications. They had chanted. What did they chant? Loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if we really want to make progress, if we really want to purify ourselves, then we need to associate with devotees. And Srila Prabhupada, he has given us everything to purify ourselves. He's given us this temple. He's given us beautiful deities. He's given us devotees. He's given us his books. Right? He's given us prasadam. Everything he has given us to purify ourselves. All we need to do is just focus on purification. That is very, very important. Which means we have to come out of our comfort zone. Anyone ready to do that? Nah. I like to sleep 10 hours. There's no way I can. No, if I don't, then I will be so tired, right? We need to come out of that comfort zone. And to do that, we can take guidance from an, advanced devotee to see how we can focus ourselves. There is determination needed, right? Anything we do, if there is no determination, we cannot succeed. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a pastime of Dhruva Maharaj. How old was he? 5 years old. Only 5 years old. And he, in the forest, performed austerity. For the very first month, all he did was ate berries every 3 days. Then the next month, he ate dry grass every 6 days. After that, he drank water every 9 days. And after that, the following month, he would breathe every 12 days. Any takers? That laugh said it all. No way. You can do that. We like to eat 5 times a day. How can we eat berries every 3 days? That too from the forest. No social media. No phone. Imagine that would be so boring. But that is determination. And he was able to see the Supreme Lord in 6 months. All we have to do, I'm not saying we have to go to the forest and do all these austerities, but all we need to do is to chant attentively. Focus chanting, which means we are hearing what we are chanting. We are not doing anything else when it is chanting time. Now I have a question for all of you. Would you like to chant one round now?
Yes.
That was two yeses, 3 yeses. Yeah, you should be excited. Yes! Alright, let's chant 108 times the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That's great, right? Yes, it is great. Yeah, okay. Everybody together and loudly, and if possible, close your eyes so there is no distraction and we are only hearing what we are chanting. Okay, let's start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा